Don't mess us up with the whole shout out to Messi.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spin Rack. I'm here with my boys Petey and Cal. Say what's up, gents.
What's going on?
Ready to rock.
Yo, shout out to New York FC as they defeat Inter Miami today with Messi. Booyaka!
And that's football.
That's the football team here in New York City, baby. So, getting
Shout
on to
out
the
to all you
Penguin.
people who are not initiated.
Okay, now we're getting into it today. One of the top shows that has been dropped in the superhero versus of shows. DC Gunn has got it right. Penguin is on fire.
Crazy.
So hey, we're gonna have an honest review of Penguin. We're gonna tell you exactly what happened, and then we're gonna give you our opinion.
As opposed to the dishonest reviews we do with the other stuff, we're gonna have a review. We're always honest.
So this is an honest review.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm gonna pass it on to my boy Cal because I know some people sometimes have things about the DC universe.
Wow.
But I expect that Cal,
Wow.
is the DC universe and Superman is one of your top characters. This would be a big support on your end.
Wow.
What does that have to do with this? This is the Penguin.
Wow.
So, hey, give me your 411, bro.
I can encapsulate this very quickly. If you're coming in expecting this to be a comic show, you're going to be disappointed. This is a gangster series, but gangster series are not very hard to execute. It's really about the storytelling and the characterization. We already saw that Colin Farrell was able to deliver that in terms of the Penguin, what we got from the film. He continues to do that in this series. So if you like what you saw in the movie, you're going to like the series.
I don't know how to take that, Cal, but I will. You know what? I'll just say it was a 100% like. Petey, your turn. And
well, you right now, wait, hold on. Why did you like it?
Oh, it was fantastic. Colin Farrell killed it. Loved the character, loved the characterization. Yes, it's not a strict comic book movie. We do have flashes of them talking about what happened in the previous movie with Batman. They talk about the Riddler people. You know, we of course have Falcone, who has been a Batman villain, but it's really the rise of the Penguin. And who is Penguin? Penguin's a character that we've known for a very long time. And of course,
the Penguin, though.
Huh?
Is this the Penguin character that we know, though, or is this some? Or is
this is a carrier variation of him. But I mean, wasn't a Penguin rich?
No.
I always had the impression the Penguin was a rich dude.
The original Penguin. Okay, the original Penguin was this kid who had like long nose and everything. Didn't have like webbed hands or anything of that nature. He had a great love of birds. His parents died. He had some money from like a bird shop or what have you. And then he just decided, hey, I'm going to go out. I'm going to commit these crimes with with the bird or umbrella theme. And this of course drew attention, to the Batman. And he became one of the more popular members of Batman's Rogues Gallery.
I mean, that's good. But one of the things here is that they've made it much more relatable. They do have the elements. You see the purple. It shows up in different elements in the car and the umbrella, So you still have those elements, but it's the rise of Oz himself. They changed.
All right.
I mean, look,
I'm getting in here. I'm getting into the show. No, I haven't said anything in this part. I'm saying I enjoyed the show.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
Talk all you want, Kenny. Talk all you want.
I really no. As far as the shows I've been watching, this is one of the ones that I did suffer that I'm gonna have to wait a week for the next episode. But otherwise, I really liked them. Having a character, you're gonna see some of his frailties, but at the same time, it led to him just being very short-tempered and that sort of thing. So we had some fun with that. Some leftover stuff with the Falcone family, which turns out to be really good. And as you were saying, but at the same time, is it me or does it feel like Gotham is this Gotham is Brooklyn?
Yes.
I feel like I'm in Brooklyn right now, so it's kind of might be making me biased to say, wait a second, we got the whole above ground bridges from the area I think that they're at, and then we have a cross thing to the other, which could be like a Manhattan. I'm like, yo, I feel like we're in Brooklyn right now. So I was like, so that there was that. But yeah, the character, obviously, Colin Farrell's just killing it in his performance. You know, the only thing that you could it kind of fall into, and you'd want it to fall into, is having a lot of one-liners, because that's what really carried the Batman movie. A lot of action was good, but you knew he was going to say something. After he did the first funny line, you knew the next one was going to be just as good. And they kind of even killed it, but he just still have moments. And what's the name? The Falcone. What's the Falcone lady that's on there?
Sophia.
She's killing it. So she's a lot of fun. So I'm looking to see where that's going to go.
I'm going to be the lone holdout on this series because while it is enjoyable, it's not a comic book show. And once again, they keep giving us the okie doke. They take these characters and they won't give us a comic book show. Instead, they will give us another genre, but they won't give us a comic book.
Wait. But you know what? We got to say it's good, though. A lot of times
I already said it was good.
No,
I already said it was good, but it's not a comic book show, and we deserve to have comic book shows. Not just shows where they take a comic book character and put them into another genre.
But I think that's the whole thing. They want to expand them outside of the serious comic book genre.
How many comic book shows do we have?
They want to do horror. They want to
How many comic book shows? But no, wait, hold on. How many comic book? We're talking about expanding. How many comic book shows do we really have? Where we look at this like, oh yeah, this is just like the comic. How many do we have? They usually don't want to do that.
They have the Titans. They have
but this is a fair argument. This is a fair argument on the thing. We don't need to. There's nothing to disprove here. To point out that they can do it. Yes, we can do it. The point is there. Come on.
No, look. The only reason why we even know about the Penguin is through his interaction with the Batman. We're like, okay, this guy, we know him. Why? Because he's Batman's villain. Outside of that, he's not like a Joker or a Dr. Doom, where this character has enough gravitas where he could have his own series, standalone movie, that sort of thing. He's wholly dependent on the Batman for his existence overall. Great. So now we have the backdrop of Gotham City. Okay. He's there, but we're not going to see Batman. He's not going to interact with any of the other rogues from the Rogues Gallery. So we're not going to see Two-Face. We're not going to see the Riddler. We're not going to see any of these other people. And then it turns into, if you said the rise of Oz, there was never any rise of Oswald Cobblepot in the comic. This was a guy with a gimmick, okay? And the big thing was, how was Batman going to stop him? That's, the whole thing from the comic book. They're saying, okay, no, we can do something different with the character. Okay, fine. What is it? Oh, we're going to do some crime, gangster stuff. I'm like, but you can do that with anybody. You can do that with any character. Okay, I could just literally take this out and call it Oz, Power. What's the difference? Give me a comic book show at the end of the day. And the more you keep doing this, the more they keep saying we can't sell a comic book show. We got to do it this way. This is the only way it can be taken seriously. And the history of the character shows different. The longevity of the character shows different. Is the only person who can do a comic book version of the Penguin, Burgess Meredith? That's it? Well, come on. So while I do think the show is good, the acting is good, the story is good, I am still going to be a holdout and still be critical. As much as I'm willing to say this is good, I still don't accept the fact that you take these characters out of the comic book and then you want to turn them into some other genre because you don't believe in the viability of this character overall.
I totally disagree. I think that they do believe in the viability of this character. And I think what they're trying to do is give people a backstory and help develop this character into a bigger character. Probably further on the Matt Reeves series, like the next, I think what they said the next one's probably going to be the Riddler that he's going to do. And then after that, possibly he'll be doing the Penguin.
We're going to get the Riddler? Or we're going to get their take on the Riddler?
Two-Face.
We're going to get Two-Face or we're going to get their take on Two-Face? Because even in the animated series, they've decided that Two-Face is a character that needs constant tinkering with, and he doesn't. He doesn't at the end of the day. So are we going to get the comic book? Are we going to get the comic book version? Or are we going to get, you know what? Yeah, we got to do this.
We're going to get the Hollywood version, whatever Hollywood thinks.
Yeah, they're
not exactly ideal, but we can work with it. Look,
now, here's the problem with that. Because in the Dark Knight, we actually got the comic book Two-Face. We actually got the comic book Two-Face. The only problem I have with that is that they killed him off.
They did. But I'm saying, didn't you like the portrayal of Penguin in Gotham? I take that as a yes. Yes, Myers.
Wait, hold on, you're breaking up.
He's agreeing with me. It's just when he's agreeing,
you're breaking up.
Just mute him. We got him. It's okay.
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
No, we cannot
Now
hear
we
you.
can. Now I can hear you. Yes.
No, we can't.
Okay. No, I heard everything you said. No, I don't agree with you. That's number one. Okay. And number two, I never watched a single episode of Gotham. As a comic book guy, that is an insult. That's like what? We're gonna have like little Robin Hood, little Maid Marian, little Friar Tuck. We're gonna have little Catwoman, little Batman, little Riddler.
Penguin.
And no, what was worse, the Penguin on Gotham was so the age of his character was to the point by the time Batman got started, he would be ready to retire.
No, I wouldn't think that old. But it was
Yes,
very popular.
yes. If you don't
Look,
believe
we're talking about the Penguin
go
show
back
with
and check the
Colin Farrell.
series if you don't believe. Go
We're
back
not
and check that series.
Yeah, check it out. You'll see. We'll talk
No,
about
you go check it out. You'll see.
check it out. We will see but you would agree the Colin Farrell show is pretty good, and PD agrees.
How many times?
I don't think
do you
I don't
want me
think
to say?
there's
How
I don't
many
think
times
there's
do you want me
any,
to say the same thing? I already gave the show its accolades.
and I'm glad.
Okay? I'm
And I'm
telling
just-
you what my holdout is for, because when you are a comic book guy, right? So when we as
Yes.
comic book guys take this stuff and say, oh, we love it, it's great, then we can't complain when we don't get comic book material, when we don't get comic book shows, and we deserve comic book shows. We're supporting all this other stuff. Why can't we get a bona fide comic book show with the stuff that we recognize, okay, to be of that particular genre and that we've enjoyed for years? It doesn't always have to be, okay, we got to take this character, we got to rough him up, okay, we got to make him into this thing over here in order. Like, no, this guy's been around since the golden age, since before you were born, and he's still a viable character. Despite what you may think about him, why can't we get that? Or can we get people put on the show who understand that and can deliver? Not taking anything away from this show, but I said the one thing I'm going to hold out for is, once again, they delivered this in a package where people are like, oh yeah, I enjoy it, but they could have put anybody in this. You could be the rise of any gangster. You don't need the Penguin for this series.
I disagree. But listen,
Well,
I don't want to hold it up.
No, I think the movies. I think going into the different genres and going into film, TV. The thing is, there is, and your point's definitely valid. There's no getting around that. But you see when they go into,
Come on, you, Mars.
No.
there is some translation going involved in taking, say, the Hulk and say, but the dynamic between the Hulk and the Fugitive was very similar. So you had that, and you just have, but the generic part of it is the timing of how the Hulk changes, where it kind of became formulaic, but it still was a pretty
You mean
quality.
the TV series?
Yeah, the TV series. Yeah. So, but then at the same time as you go along, and you can see with like doing what they were doing with Spider-Man in the hours, like the hour specials, where it was a little harder to translate, especially with the obviously the special effects and the dynamic of and trying to get the whole dynamic. Where Peter Parker as a kid, I was totally with, and I was totally with the whole show, but at the same time, you see it didn't catch on as much as other things. So there's some translation happening. You can see to effect of, whereas the Superman movie in the past in the 50s and the TV show was actually is true form of translating what was in the comic book, but then at the same time, but more so the golden age. But then when you get to like the Superman movie, they're also doing a superhero movie, but then there's a lot of stuff of the 70s type of like late 70s type of filmmakers, the New York feel of what you see in the New York thing, that kind of grittiness that Superman was around. So there is a portion of translating, and I'll give them some leeway to translate it. I think as far as what they did with Gotham and what's the name, Pennyworth, such bad things that having this one put them into the gangster genre, I'm okay with this one because at least it's in the wheelhouse, it's close enough. But I definitely hear the fact is there's not that many live action shows right now that have translated comic books, so it's a valid thing. So it's not just I'm just saying there is some translation, but it's definitely a valid argument to say, hey, if you want the comic book stuff, let's give it. We showed you can do it. If you are bringing out the Superman movie, you can add some of that New York gritty stuff to Metropolis, this comic book setting. Then you can translate pretty much anything, and you have the money to do it now. So
I have one word for both of you on that. Okay, and it's bumbleclot.
I tried
That's
to
what I
say,
gotta say.
look, I didn't.
And I
Look,
try, and I
no,
try,
no, no,
and I
no,
try,
no,
and I
no.
try
This
to
is a
be
family
even
friendly
keel here.
show. You cannot say that. Okay, don't say that
no,
again.
we can't say it. He's saying he's deciding to say it.
Okay, you can't say it. Don't do that again, please.
All
Family
right,
friendly
so
show.
it's a family show, so like to cut it out. So I'm just saying, I'm saying the thing is here is that, you know, these new ways of reaching audiences.
Oh God, she's just digging the hole, man.
Come
All you saying
on.
is
I don't
all you
see
saying
a
is I like
problem
it.
with it, especially you
That's
see
all you
people.
keep saying. I like it. That's all you're saying.
No,
I like
he's
it.
saying it in the worst way of saying that we have to do it, taking something and rising it above its humble beginnings to a new audience
Not
that's
just we
never
have
been
to, more
found.
Oh
And
service,
yeah.
then it's,
Oh
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm
Hollywood
trying to
speak.
say? That's what I'm
Hollywood
talking
speak. Hollywood speak for hey, we don't think this is gonna sell once we do this.
yeah.
about. All right, look. So hey, since we're all in agreement, let's wrap it up. Any more questions?
No.
All right. Hey, if you like what you heard, give us comments, thumbs up, and of course, give those guys some comments in the comment section. Spin a rack.
Out.
Out.